Hello and welcome everyone to this episode of the Web3 Talks. My name is Ornella Hernandez and we have a special guest today, Jade. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on the show. I first wanted to start off by talking about your name. You are a streamer, content creator extraordinaire that goes by the name Outplayed by Jade.
Yes.
But I know Jade isn't your real name. So what is it?
Yeah. So my name that I got born with is Juna.
Juna, it's so pretty.
Thank you. Yeah,
Where's
it's quite
from?
Original as well. My mom saw it in a book and she was like, that's the one. I love my name, but when I started creating content online, I was like, maybe I should keep it a bit more private and choose another name.
Okay.
And I was like, let's make the same sound, Juna, Jade. So that's kind of how that happened. And when I started working or doing stuff with like gaming, I used to love playing Call of Duty sometimes and outplay people. I was like, I love a name that makes sense and has a good ring to it. So Outplayed by Jade. That's how that happened. So yeah.
Okay, love it. And so you are visiting us in Dubai, but you are originally from?
Netherlands. Netherlands, okay. Yes. I love Dubai. I definitely might see myself here a few months a year, maybe. Not in the summer, it's too hot. But yeah, I lived the last 8 years in Malta.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I've visited before. I don't know how it is to live there, but for a vacation, it was very beautiful.
Should probably keep it to a vacation. Okay, no, so I could talk about this forever. It's a very, very tiny country. You know, you've seen it fast, you know the people, the same places, the restaurants. So when I lived there, I had to travel a lot to like keep liking the place. But 8 years is a long time. And if I didn't have like my business registered there, I wouldn't have probably lived there for that many years.
Okay.
So yeah.
So let's talk about what you were doing in Malta for the last 8 years. If you could give us just like a brief 30-second pitch of who you are.
Oh, so many things. Okay, so I started working there when I was 18. I started working in the iGaming as an online game presenter, dealer, groupier. Then I got a little bit of the self-entrepreneur vibes and I started my own bar in the party scene. Okay. Never do that again, so much hard work. Corona came, I was like, I might want to do something new. I'll start my own platform because I love hanging out with people online, chatting, which the online casino introduced me to because you had a chat there, people could talk to you. I was like, I need to do this myself and combine it with fun stuff like playing games or making your own, chat about anything you want. And that's how I started streaming and, sharing my life online.
Okay, amazing. So would you consider yourself like a Twitch streamer or like what's the platform that you use the most?
So platform I use the most is definitely Twitch, which is mostly live content creation, which is the beauty of it. Like people could just log in if they're bored and have live interactions. So it's different than watching a YouTube video because you can actually get to know the streamer and chat with them and feel like you're there. Online friends. Yeah. I'm there for a lot of people, I'd say. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. And what's your favorite type of content to stream? You mentioned that you were a gamer. So is it mostly you playing Call of Duty or is it online betting?
So I do quite a different type of things. I do a lot of chatting online. I do video games, but I also do IRL streaming, which is my favorite thing to do. IRL means in real life. So I'd basically be out and about and I'll be maybe partying, walking around, traveling. I'll just grab my camera with my little travel setup and go live. And I love the things that happen. Magic happens sometimes because people see you streaming and they want to be involved. And
can you recall a specific memory when that happened that you can't forget about?
Yeah, that's definitely Croatia. I think 2021 that must have been. I was sitting on a pier, like a dock next to the water by myself and I was streaming. And a group of these Italian boys came up to me and I was quite intimidated. I think there were 10 guys. Okay. And I was like, what's happening here? They have a lot of energy. I'm sitting in a corner next to the water. And they ended up loving that I was streaming. And they were like, oh, you're a streamer, cool. And they were communicating with my chat, doing stuff for donations and gifted subs. And I love how in real life, people that I didn't even know were interacting with my community and my community was interacting with them, and they were doing backflips in the water for donations, which I received.
Nice.
So yeah, that's something I definitely remember. But I love doing different types of streams, like chatting, IRL. I love to play video games. I place a bet here and there, so I play online casino. Cooking streams.
Okay.
And I love to sing sometimes. It's very diverse.
Yeah, you're a multi-hyphenate, as they say. So how did you get into gaming? Have you always been a gamer?
Yeah, thanks to my dad.
Oh,
he kind of introduced me with having an Xbox at home, a Wii, all that stuff, and I started playing video games. Not the typical young girl. I climbed trees when I was younger. I don't know. I was more a boy than a girl, but I do look girliest, I'd say. So yeah, I started playing video games when I was really young, and I just love it. It's such a waste of time, I'm gonna be honest. So I was like, I gotta make it a job now.
Okay, that's smart of you.
You can call it work while you're having fun, So yeah. It's a guilty pleasure that turned into a hobby/work, but that's just it's not a main thing that I do. I don't have that much time to play video games. Okay.
Gotta love our dads. They get us into this stuff. My own dad got me into crypto, actually, so I do have to thank him for that.
Thank you, Dad. At what time, what age?
So it was 2017, so a few years back. He told me to just invest in Ethereum. We really didn't know what it was. So he was like, just open a Coinbase account, buy some, we'll figure it out. And then that's how we learned about the industry and got into it more. And that's why I'm here today.
I must say I like your dad. He's a great guy. Thanks, Dad. My dad doesn't really understand this world. And every time I explain him what I do or how I earn my money, he's like, what? He's like, in the first year, he didn't want to know anything about it. I tried to tell him, Dad, I'm not doing anything weird. He's like, but do you end up, I'm like, no, please, just look at my stream one time and you'll understand. He's like, no, I don't want to know anything about it.
It was like an OnlyFans or something.
He thought it's something, I don't know. No, he doesn't understand this.
Okay.
So I really tried to calm him down and show him some stuff. I'm like, I'm playing video games. I'm just having a fun community. He's starting to be more understanding. And now he super supports me because he knows my life kind of changed around it, I have a lot of opportunities. I meet a lot of amazing people.
Yeah.
I get to travel the world, and he just understands now. It wasn't just something like
there
that.
There was a method to your madness.
Yes, there was.
So one opportunity that you got recently, thanks to your career so far, is being invited to be part of something called the House of Streams, which is a reality show that will stream or will air soon in springtime, right?
Springtime, hopefully.
Okay. So tell us a little bit more about that. You were in a house for 2 weeks with strangers, seven other streamers and content creators. So tell me about that experience.
I got asked one day, I got a phone call, and this person that I met at Sigma, which was an iGaming conference, was like, hey Jade, remember me? We met. I was like, yeah. He's like, do you want to be, or do you want to apply to be a cast member of this TV reality show? After he told me he already chose me to be a part, but he had to keep it secret, I was like, what is this going to be about? He's like, you'll see. We'll get 8 streamers in a house, which maybe you'll be one of them. You're all content creators. You're all live streamers. You're just going to be thrown in a house. You sort it out. You're live streamed 24/7 for 2 weeks long. And then he gave me the best news, which was, somebody can leave the House of Streams with a Bitcoin, which at the time was, I think, 32,000 to 32,000, which right now is 65. We just checked.
Yeah, hopefully the winner held his or her Bitcoin.
Exactly, his or hers. I know who it is,
but you can't tell us, unfortunately.
So the production of the House of Streams was done live on Twitch, which is something has never been done before. So the chat could have been a big part. It was a big part of the live TV show. We all had phones in our hands, so it's kind of like a Big Brother vibe, but different, never done before. And so there are some people that have seen the making of live, so they do know who's the Bitcoin winner.
Okay.
But yeah.
And so for those who didn't watch it live, can you tell us what went on, on a day-to-day basis, what you were doing every day?
So we're just co-living in a house. You didn't know these people before, so you're kind of thrown in there and okay, you go make content together, be fun, be yourself. But everybody has different characters.
Right.
So it was very interesting. you know?
What was like the weird parts about it?
Everybody has different routines, you know? I'm a streamer. I love like waking up a little bit late, playing video games at night or some stuff. And some people are like super early risers and they're just like, wake up, it's 9 a.m. Like we gotta do something. I'm just like, I'm not ready for content creating yet. Leave me in the bed. So that was funny. But also the different type of lifestyles that everybody had. We all just came together. So you have gamer streamers, you have people that have a YouTube channel where they play through video games and teach people how it works.
Yeah.
You had somebody who worked at TMZ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cool. So everybody had like a different background, but we all had the same interest, which is Twitch streaming. So yeah, we kind of exchanged communities, had fun together. I was an IRL streamer with one other person. So we also created content within the house, which was fun. So we had one big platform live streaming, and then sometimes we would live stream and like it was
together.
Kind of, like streaming within the stream within the stream.
Oh,
like it was fun. It's a fun concept. So I can't wait to see the results.
Yeah, I want to check it out myself.
Yeah, it's fun. And of course, so we had to do challenges every day where everybody like had one day to choose their challenge. It could have been a video game. I chose something more sporty because I kind of love sports or adrenaline rush a little bit as well. So yeah.
Okay, that sounds super fun. And so I wanted to ask, what's the best way that you found to engage viewers and your fans to watch you more and to keep them there and to just grow your brand?
So I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not the best on this. I know TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all those things are amazing to grow your socials. But I've been mainly focusing on being live, people finding you through the platform, you know, they can follow you or subscribe and that type of stuff. But I noticed how much hard work it is when you're only doing live streaming. So you're dedicating those hours a day to stream and you can only grow your channel within those hours. You should definitely post YouTube, TikToks, Reels and all that stuff. So
in addition to what you're already
definitely
doing. Okay.
But I find myself being such a perfectionist. I find it very hard to edit a video, post it. Like it's just, it would keep me going for a long time. I'm actually gonna change my content up a bit because
tell us about it.
Currently, I decided to make a crazy move. So when I was 18, I moved to Malta.
Yeah.
And I stayed there for quite a long time. And I was just like, I'm kind of fed up with how small this country is. And I've traveled around and I know how amazing the world is and places are. So I did something crazy and I packed my bags. I have 2 luggages. The rest for my house, I sold my furniture, sold stuff. The rest I put in a garage and now I just travel the world with 2 luggages. So live streaming is currently a little bit on hold because it's complicated, but I want to switch to making more like YouTube content related stuff. So growing not just live, but Reels, like longer videos and stuff like that.
Okay, that sounds very exciting.
Travel content, everybody relates.
Yeah, everyone loves that, especially like if you aren't able to travel yourself, to be able to experience that through other people's eyes is really fun and interesting.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to also ask, how do you stay like updated with the latest trends when it comes to streaming? Because I know that you focus on IRL and live streaming, but what if like, I don't know, there's something that people like to see you more of? Like, how do you kind of gauge that?
So it's interesting because there's always something booming or something going on. So I try to jump sometimes when there's a new game coming out and everybody's talking about it. I'll try to play the game.
Okay.
But I must love what I do. So if I don't enjoy the game, I'm like, sorry guys, I know you probably love watching this, but I need to love what I'm doing.
Right.
So if it's some Pokemon game, it's so not my thing. I'll do it for a few days, then I lose interest and I hop on the next thing. And I mean, there's so many streamers. If you like what I do, you can follow me. If you don't, you can find the other. That's why it's amazing to be a streamer because you like create your own little community where you can be completely yourself and you attract people like-minded or that are interested in your vibe or how you look at things, the content you love to create. And if they don't, you know?
Right.
They have other streamers. So I have a very nice community, very like supportive, and they're the best.
Okay, amazing. So those are the pros, but what about the challenges or the cons of being a content creator?
So definitely the pros we just covered, and being yourself, being appreciated for it is, I think, the best feeling. I don't think I can change job very easily because it's so nice to have your own community and people. The cons, on the other hand, are you're quite available for people. So you're live streaming.
Yeah.
They come into your chat, they talk to you, they feel like they really know you. They might, because I'm quite myself on there, but when it comes like to me turning off the stream, I'm my own person, and I'm not always able to reply to messages, and
Yeah,
I try to keep it a bit separated. But some people, they feel like they really know you. They kind of have a relationship with you in some type of way, not like boyfriend and girlfriend, but some type of relationship.
Yeah.
Which not everybody understands where to draw the line. So I have my fair share of stalkers here and there, up to a point where like my family would get contacted. And
So scary. How do you deal with that?
So in the beginning, I was very careful with sharing where I was going, my location, or what I would travel. I wouldn't say which day exactly, but it affected my life, whereas I couldn't do what I wanted to. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do what I want to do. I want to be happy, and I feel like it's gonna be okay. Like you have big Instagrammers, they would post where they are at, and what they're gonna do. So it's a weird world we live in, to be honest. It's a weird world, right?
Yes,
like,
I agree.
There's so many downsides and upsides to being a content creator online. But
Right.
mostly
So-
upsides.
Of course. And also a big upside is that you've been, most of your career, you said you started in iGaming and online betting. So I would love to hear a little bit about that, because that's what led you to this point.
Yes.
So let's take it from the beginning and why you even ended up in Malta in this world.
So it's a funny story. So this will take me back again to when I was 17, playing a online like video game called Habbo. Habbo Hotel.
I don't know what that.
Yeah, so it was this thing in the Netherlands, this big thing. It's like a multiplayer world where a lot of people come together, and you would need credits on this platform. So you could call a line, you'd have like a few minutes on the phone, and you pay through your credit, and then you have money on this game. And people would start creating little casino rooms in this online world, which was not very monitored by the game itself. So it was kind of going like, it wasn't supposed to be like that. But people started trading, and they were paying each other with something that's called pay-safe cards.
Okay.
Doesn't really matter. But those pay-safe cards you could then deposit into a casino, which then you could cash out into real money, and it would go to your bank account, and there were like funny loopholes. And that's how my friend, one of my best friends at the time, started gambling a lot. And I was always next to her, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're always like playing roulette or blackjack, stuff like that. She's like, it's actually so fun. And I'm becoming good friends with these dealers, these online game presenters, and they're saying that we should also apply for the job and come to Malta. And I was like, I love where this is going now, from a video game to like having real connections, like connections online, which actually is what I do now. I talk with people online, and they find connections. And so we actually applied for the job, got hired, but we weren't old enough yet. We had to wait it was just before my birthday, my 18th. So I got on the first plane after my birthday, and I flew to Malta, and that's where my adventure started in iGaming. I worked there for a few years, and I noticed how fun it was. I mentioned before, like how I got my little community, and how I was like, how am I gonna quit this job? Then I had my own channel, and I started working after like 2 years. I started working with some casinos. I do affiliates for casinos.
Okay.
So I have like a lot of crypto going on.
Right. I was gonna say. So is that how you got into crypto? Is it through these
Definitely
iGaming sites?
Definitely. I mean, Malta is also a big place for anything crypto or gambling stuff. Streamers, a lot of streamers are there. It's kind of the place to be for these type of things. So that's how I started getting into it. Yeah, because these places, everything is with crypto. Depositing, withdrawing, and getting paid out. It's all crypto. And then I have good friends that give me good tips on where to. I'll let you know some good tips after. Like if you want to be on top of the game, you're gonna have to be behind your PC 24/7, checking Twitter, what's the latest, and I don't like doing that. I love living life.
Crypto market never sleeps.
So I have somebody who's kind enough to give me some tips now and then.
That's nice.
I wouldn't consider myself a huge crypto nerd when it comes to like knowledge, but
you are a big investor.
I'd say like 80% of my money is definitely in crypto.
That's a good amount.
So if it crashes, it will always go back up in my opinion, but that's what I think.
I agree. So given your vast experience in both of these worlds, from iGaming to streaming to blockchain, what are some key takeaways that you've learned, some lessons that you would like to impart to our audience?
So nothing is a given. You always gotta, try and be up to date with what's happening right now. So get yourself somebody who gives you the tips, or be the one behind your PC, always, searching what is happening at the moment. Don't try to live life. If you want to create content, create content.
Okay, amazing. And then, are you partial to any particular cryptocurrency? Bitcoin, Ethereum, an altcoin?
Oh, I'm big on all of those. Bitcoin, Ethereum, definitely I'm big on. But I have this current coin that I got in, I think November. It's called AIX, Agent X.
Okay.
And I think I got in at like 6 cents, and 2 days ago it was on 82 cents, and I made some with that. It's good so far. So it's an interesting one. You might want to look into that. Okay. AIX.
I will check it out. Well, thank you, Jade, for your time today and all your insights. Everyone, please make sure to follow Outplayed by Jade and to watch more episodes of the Web3 Talks while you're at it. Thanks again.
Thank you.